Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the late Friday night Gap Shop. It's the Chip and Gene show. Look at this guy. You know what? Just because I'm hosting, he
What's
can't
wrong with
take
him?
it. He's just doing all these signs at him because he thinks I can't host a show.
Chankla
He's jealous.
Chankla-
He's just
Chankla
jealous.
Chin.
Has he had a bit
Guy's
of a,
just jealous.
Chankla Chin is hosting
Look,
today.
yeah,
has he had a bit of
guy's
earwax
jealous.
out? Have you had
Listen,
earwax
Asim.
Rippy out today?
Asim, you should be on my side for the first time. It's history that the three of us and he's hosting.
Avi, I'm thinking the long-term game. I don't want him to host today. I want him to host next week as well.
Chankla Chin. Tera nama naam hai Chankla Chin. Chankla Chin.
He couldn't take it today, yeah. Because you know what? He knew my intro was better than any of his shitty intros. That's what it was. But guys, first and foremost, guys, before you do anything, press the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 20k, so that's the first and foremost thing to do. But guys, yeah, Asim, first, I'll come to you. Obviously, you're the guest for today's show. It is the Chip and Gene show. How are you, man?
I'm all right. Apparently, Chip and Chin's views and ratings were going low. So what do? You get me on the show. You pick up the phone and you say, Asim, please, can you retweet? Can you come on? Show your face tonight. Just for 20 minutes. You don't have to do all the show. Just do 20 minutes. But
Avi, can I tell him something?
I'm a team player.
We're humble.
One second.
We're humble.
Avi, can I just say something?
Stay humble.
Avi, can I just say something? You know, the last Chip and Chin show, there was just me and you on it, yeah? And the amount of positive comments you got from that show,
here we go.
How honest we were and how straight to the point we were. We don't dilly-dally like, Asim does. He plays the Mr. Nice guy. He plays the devil at times. All that palaver, man.
Gina, we're the only consistent house show that's guaranteed on the channel.
There you go.
Guaranteed.
There you go.
No, the red zone's always guaranteed.
We're part of Red Zone. We are part of it. Me and Gina are part of Red Zone. Where's you?
Avi, how's the Saturday phone show getting along?
Can you find yourself a partner? You start asking for people's CVs on Twitter. Where are the applications, yeah?
Can you find the flipping? Every partner comes up, you fall out with him. So you find one, not me. I found plenty.
No, me and Avi don't fall out. Me and Avi don't fall. Avi knows the score. But yeah, good look, guys. Look, we'll go straight into it, Asim. I think it'll be good. Obviously, we've got a huge game tomorrow. Liverpool versus Ipswich, two sides on complete different spectrums in terms of where they are in the league table. Obviously, it's a massive game. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff. We play at the same time as Arsenal do. It's not one where we're playing before or they're playing before. First and foremost, how are you feeling and how are you feeling about the game?
Can we just quickly do this super chat, Gene? Before you go to the game. Look at this. I bring the views and I bring the super chats as well now. See what I mean? Chin, I'm buying you a bloody I'm contributing to your hair transplant. Ismail is our brother on he's our brother, follows us and always watches the shows. This was, I think he's referencing to my bit of a cryptic tweet a couple of days ago, and he knew exactly what was happening. But look, Ismail, you'll always get haters, won't you? But you have to just bite your tongue and ignore them. Like I said, the noise is behind you, man, and we just crack on. But thank you very much for your support and your super chat tonight, and good to see you in. And here we are, Mr. Sully. Bloody hell, he's got Wi-Fi. He's got Wi-Fi in Agadir. What are you doing in Agadir, Sully? We leave it there.
Lori तो नहीं किंदी sir.
Lori किंदी. He's promised in England.
English, please. Let's stick to English, please.
He's promised in England.
He is an accountant, so he's got a chance. But Asim, look, let's get into it then. Look, it's a huge game, as I mentioned tomorrow. Massive game. Liverpool, Ipswich, 3 p.m. kickoff. We play at the same time Arsenal do. First and foremost, your thoughts going into the game and how are you feeling?
Do Arsenal play at 3 o'clock as well tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes, they've got 3 p.m. kickoff. So.
Away to Wolves, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I think there's been a bit of talk that we should be resting players. We can manage it without the likes of Konate and give a few of the attackers and midfielders, especially with the new news of Curtis Jones maybe missing. The thing is, when Liverpool players get injured, the way I think Klopp used to be open and tell you 3-4 weeks he's out. And then maybe because of the medical team, they used to turn up after 3-4 months. But Slot is the other way. He doesn't tell you. And I think he's got an opinion of like he's respectful and he wants to keep it private. But at the moment, we have to take his comments at face value. And he tells us that he's out for tomorrow and he may be out for, let's see exactly what he said about PSV and the Bournemouth game as well. But in terms of tomorrow, Cheen, I think Liverpool have created or developed a skill under Arne Slot. Is that word again? It got discussed in the presser today, and one of the journalists, I don't know who it was, and he asked Liverpool very professional in midweek, and I think Liverpool can be very professional. And I got into the car, and that Kundi guy on TalkSport was talking about it, Liverpool are boring, but the problem is I think fans as well sometimes, and it's not happened a lot recently. I think Liverpool have got to know the fans inside the stadium, and even people around the world have got to know their manager a lot better and the team a lot better. That it's not going to be Jurgen Klopp, where it's going to be basketball 24/7, high turnovers all the time, pass it forward all the time. And I think Liverpool will take that professional, because I want Liverpool to keep their fuel in the tank for the business end of the season. And I think there will be some scary moments where we've got 30 minutes to get 2 goals. We're playing with 10 men and we need a goal against a low block side, even when we got the ball. I want Liverpool to reserve their fuel. And although we're 6 points ahead and 3 points with the game in hand, it could be 9. I think the league isn't done. We're hot favourites, but I think we've seen a lot in our old years that stranger things have happened, Gene, and we just need to make sure I won't be surprised if Liverpool go get banged 4-5 past Ipswich tomorrow. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool have a boring 2-0 professional performance, because that's what you need to do with Ipswich. You don't need to go and look for 4th gear and 5th gear. And I go back to Liverpool's professional performance against Lille, because Liverpool can do that now, where they play on their own terms. They don't encourage teams as much as the Jurgen Klopp side. So I'm happy. I'm looking forward to Liverpool playing well, because we've got the quality all over the pitch, and we don't need to encourage teams because it gives us too many heart attacks, Gene.
Avi, look, obviously, as I mentioned, the Lille game, we didn't really do a post-match show after the Lille game, and it'd be good to have a quick couple of minutes on the actual performance. Yes, it was a professional performance, where I thought, we did a job. I thought there were some players that played well, but it felt like we were always in control, and we were always in second, third sort of gear. And when we had to turn it up, we turned it up. Your general thoughts on the game, Avi, and how it went, and a couple of players you thought stood out in the game.
Yeah, I thought it was efficiency. Even when it was 1-1, you just knew that we were just sort of not strolling, but we were just sort of, we could up the ante whenever we wanted to and up the tempo. And that's what we did. We had a spell in the second half with Harvey Elliott, another good performance from him off the bench. And, he gets the goal, albeit a deflection, but, the goal stands in his name. And, we could have got 3 and 4. I agree with Asim. I don't care what talks, but I don't even want to name him, because he's had a habit of the last 3-4 years of just trolling, just for views and talks. But I don't even want to mention his name. But that's their line of work. We're efficient. We're very businesslike, and that's what I prefer. I don't want it to be gun-ho. I don't want to be topsy-turvy and going back and forth. Under Klopp last season, I believe that cost us. The energy back in the last 8-9 games. It cost us. I'm not saying it cost us the league, but you could see the players became lethargic. They were trying. They were all huffing and puffing. This season, we just remain calm. Even Slot's presses, they don't seem rushed. Every word that he says makes sense. He's very calm about the situation all around the club, with transfers, with contracts. He's not panicking. I don't know why the fan base should be. But yeah, it was a good performance back to Lille. Some good performances from their side as well. They're a very good organized team. You have to give them credit, their coach credit as well. Kwanzaa stood out for me. Gene didn't do anything over extravagant. Didn't want to impress. Where previous performances we've seen from Kwanzaa, he's always wanted to impress and gone overzealous when making a decision. But he was very calm, very controlled. Did the basic things very well. And I know that's a stupid thing to say, but he did the basics very well, and that's what he needs to do as a centre back. Harvey Elliott was a good standout. Jones, I thought, was bright. That assist was brilliant. Szoboszlai's energy. Salah's finish, sublime, exquisite. I said something just before
Someone got into trouble.
I wanted to cause a bit of trouble, but listen.
No, you didn't want to cause it. You just, wanted to be a clever clog. You wanted to have a go at the king, and the king shut you up. That's what happened, Avi.
Avi, why
glad
did
he
you do that?
I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. Listen, you guys know, for the cover, for the show, for the act, I'll always go against him. But he's he's the greatest Liverpool player, bar none. I've always said that Mohamed Salah is the greatest player at Liverpool and in the Premier League for the last 6-7 years, in my opinion. That finish was brilliant. And especially you could say he's been a bit low on confidence in terms of his finishing. That finish was top draw, Gene. That finish was absolutely top draw. And he's getting chances. I expect him to have a good performance tomorrow. I thought Diaz worked very hard. I thought he was brilliant as well, first and second half. And Nunez, he was okay. I'm not going to say he was bad. I'm not going to say he was great. He was okay. He was fine as a number 9. But looking forward to tomorrow.
Avi, I want to ask you, because, you might not want to mention his name, but he works for TalkSport. But when I woke up in the morning, the next morning, and I saw the BNR chat on WhatsApp, there were a few fans who said, look, he's a bit of a knob, but we do get his point. But there are a few fans amongst Liverpool of a base where they do think Liverpool are a bit boring. Oh, Genie, you can take that.
Asim, look, I'll be, Kundi, I don't really take what he says seriously anyway. He's a clip guy, and if there's Liverpool fans who agree with what Liverpool being boring, then go look to him. We're a team that doesn't concede goals. We've got the best record. We've scored the most as well. Yeah, just because we're not the Jurgen Klopp side that everybody's used to over the last 6-7 years does not make us boring. We, if anything, we still play the most exciting football. From the top sides, 100%. Arsenal play boring football. If you want to call a team boring, that is Arsenal. It's the same old crap that the way they play the game. It's boring. There's a defensive manager. That can't be said about Liverpool. We always, another thing is, when we're 1-0 up or 2-0 up, we do try to see out games a lot better than we did in previous years. And we're not as gung-ho. It's not basketball football. And the fans and other people probably do want to see it. But like you mentioned earlier, we want to see efficiency in our play. We want to see a team where we can go 3 games, win the game 1-0 and win a title. The unbelievable football at times. We've played unbelievable football. We've had 99 points and 98 points and still lost a title. So for me right now, Asim, I don't really care. I just want to win. I want to win a title, but we're actually winning a title playing decent, playing well. Our forwards are the best in the league. Our midfield is arguably still the best in the league. Maybe some will argue maybe it's Arsenal, some will still say it's City or whatever, but we're still the best in the league. We've got the best centre-back in the world. We've got the best right-back in the world. And I'm going to come to you, Asim. With the Jason Kundi, allow him. I'm not going to dwell on that.
Like you touch on, Gene, how can you call Liverpool boring when they're top of the charts for more or less everything? I think that stat or graphic came up on Monday Night Football. Liverpool are miles ahead in terms of XG chances, shots on goal, shots in the box, touches in the box. It's mad. Forward passes in the last third. How can you call Liverpool boring? What we do is there's a more of a measured approach. And he even mentioned it today that he doesn't like these stupid balls. And you can sometimes see him, even we know how great Trent is, but sometimes even Arne Slot rolls his eyes when a Trent pass goes wrong because he doesn't want it. He wants Liverpool to not give any of the opposition. He always states how strong this Premier League is. And he goes, maybe you can get away with many things in the Dutch league, but not in the Premier League, because every team has a player that can hurt you. Even tomorrow, we saw how Delap gave some problems to Kwanzaa. I know it'll be, in theory, a different case with Konate in that area tomorrow, but especially at Anfield. But, how can you say the stats don't prove it? And I think it was that Tottenham fella. What was his name? That left foot.
That good player. Yeah.
He wasn't a good player. He wasn't.
No, not good. O'Hara.
Not good. And he was playing devil's advocate, and he was like, sort of, trying to entice more response from him and more flipping bungy from him. And he kept on saying how they're boring. They score goals, and we scored, I think, the best attack in the league and the best defense in the league. But like you said, I think we've spent too much time on Mr. Kundi. We'll move on.
Yeah, just some of the comments. Jago was just hoping for Chip and Chin. Unfortunately, Asim wanted to join the show. Jay, your biggest fan. He loves you. Jay's Asim's biggest fan
Why is
for
this
everyone out there.
so against me?
He's not against
Why?
you. He's just got love for us.
Was
That's all it
hoping
is,
for
man.
just Chip and Chin. Look at that, man.
He's just got love for us, man. What are you hurting for? Relax.
That's fine, but don't show me hate.
Well, Asim, look, I mean, obviously, we're talking about what's been said in the pressers and in the interviews over the last week. I wanted to bring, obviously, there was some quotes that I read on the Anfield sector about Trent and Trent's commitment to an extent until the end of the season. Obviously, we had people on this show, come out and call out Trent. We want him out of the team. He should be this. They were questioning his commitment, especially after the United game. I think going by the quotes that came out in his interview, I think it's plain to see this lad really wants us to win the title. He wants to go all out. He's all in. And, he also shows he's got a lot of respect for Arne Slot, the way he's always spoken about him. Asim, your thoughts on what Trent said about Slot and for what's coming over the next 3 or 4 months?
I saw one from Josh from Anfield sector, but I didn't see how many quotes were there.
There was a couple, Asim, a couple about Slot and how he's got us all. Yeah. The players are all in this. They've seen a massive improvement from the first time we come through, or especially over the last 4 or 5 months, and that this team has to be all in this together. We're all in this together. Players have come off the bench and already made a difference, and everybody is singing from the same hymn sheet, sort of thing.
Look, I expect my vice captain to say that, Gene. If I'm going to be really honest, if you didn't tell me, it's encouraging. At least he's given an interview of some sort. But if I'm really honest, before you gave me them, I was really concerned about Trent. I don't think his body language is great. Maybe there's something on his mind. I don't have a problem with his performances. And I know he had a stinker against United, but I just got a feeling, and I want to take it away. But I even was there on Tuesday night, and obviously he acknowledged the crowd, but it's not what I expect of a vice captain.
It stinks. Let's just be honest. He can do all these little interviews. He can do all these little interviews on LFC channel. Gene, no disrespect, yeah. But the fact of the matter is, he's our vice captain. What we want now is some clarification about where we stand with him and where he stands with the club. I'm sorry, all these little petty interviews he wants to do about how Slot's done this, how his defending's improved.
No, to be fair to him, Avi, he's always been...
But that doesn't matter. That's small talk. Asim, no, that's small talk. That's small talk. I want to know clarification on where he's at with the contract status and where we are as a club with him as well. I'm sorry. Yeah. These small talk interviews, questions. He narrates these interviews too. He decides what he wants to say. He will tell the reporter, these are the questions that you're allowed to ask me. That's why no one is asking about the contract. So that's why he doesn't come on Sky Sports or post-match or on any of the big NBC channels to do a post-match presser or a post-com or like after the match is finished. He doesn't do the interviews. These little 5-minute snippets that you're getting, this bullshit is BS.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, Avi, you had an absolute drala at Mo Salah when Mo Salah came out and gave his little interviews, yeah? You had to go at him. Yeah, so saying that he's come out and said this, you shouldn't have, we're going for all that. You said all this when he came out. And when one player is, when one player is saying something, 1 second, when one player is saying something, you're having a go. When one player is not saying something, you're having a go. What do you want?
I actually, if you go back to our shows, I never went for Salah. I said, I'm glad that Salah is telling us where he stands. He wants to stay at the club. So what are we doing as a club to make him stay? After the United game, I'm the one who came out in his defense. I didn't come at Salah. I said, now.
No, sorry, it was one before that. I agree. Yes, you did.
After a few months, when he started nitpicking again and again, I said, Salah can tone it down. I said, he should just tone it down. He's already said from the United game, nothing's happened. I don't know. This could be my last game at Old Trafford. After the weeks that preceded, he could be toning his tone down to Salah. I did say that, fair enough. But with Trent, he's been nowhere to be seen in any of the post-match interviews. Now, all of a sudden, you've seen this 5-minute clip of him. He said a few things here about Arne Slot. He's not roping me in.
No, he's been saying the same thing about Slot since he got about here. Avi, look, he's been saying, I'll come into you, Asim. Asim, you're on mute. Yeah? Go on, I'll let you go. Can't hear you. All right. Yeah, look, Avi, I can't even hear you. You're on mute. What are you playing at YouTube today, man?
Him to take the night off, it's fine.
Yeah, look, honestly, Avi, look, in terms of Trent, one thing that I will say is, but since that Manchester United game, Avi, you can't question his Asim gone. Is it on?
Shruti, take
And
the
if he
night off.
speaks,
Okay.
I was saying, Avi, one thing that you can't do is nobody can actually question his commitment since that Manchester United game. He's actually played really, really well. He's actually had decent performances since that issue at the United game. We all saw it. Everybody knows something wasn't right with Trent that day. He was absolutely diabolical. But since that game, the 3 or 4 games that Trent's played, you can't question his commitment. You can't question his performances. I think his performances have been really, really good.
That's totally fine, Gene. But look, we're on the 23rd of January. The window.
We're on the 23rd of January for Trent. We're on the 23rd of January for Van Dijk. We're on the 23rd of January for Salah. So let's not just batter Trent.
We're talking particularly about Trent.
Can you hear me?
Particularly about Trent. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Shruti, yeah, we're talking particularly about Trent. His performances have been fine post Man United game, but that was one of the biggest games of the season. Yeah,
okay, but
and he decides to throw up a stinker. I don't care whether he was outnumbered with Bruno cutting inside inverting from the left, and Delort going on the outside. That was, it was unfair on him, and I know Slot protected him a lot, but he threw in a stinker.
He was
arguably the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, any player can throw a stinker, man.
Exactly.
It was the timing of it. It was a timing. Asim, it was the timing of it.
Oh, nobody decides to when to have a stinker, Avi.
He didn't even put in an effort in tracking back, losing his markers.
Did Salah have a stinker a couple of weeks ago where he was absolutely diabolical, where he missed 7 huge chances in one game? Salah was absolutely. There's a game, guys. I can't remember which game it was. A couple of weeks ago. Yeah, he was diabolical. He was, wasn't he? He's got the same contract issue. Yeah, but we have to be a bit careful. Avi, you have to be slightly careful.
Superb season.
Trent's had a really good season.
Trent hasn't had a superb season at all. If anyone's saying that he's had an amazing season, Trent hasn't had an amazing season. A few good passes doesn't glorify his overall performance.
He's had a very good season.
He's had a good season, not a superb season.
It's not about passing.
Salah has had a superb season. Van Dijk has had a superb season. Trent Alexander-Arnold has not had a superb season. A good season. A good season.
No, he's had a. Honestly, for me personally, I think he's had a very good season.
Ryan Gravenberch before him.
Oh, he's had a superb season.
Before him. Luis Diaz before him.
No, I wouldn't go as far as Luis Diaz. I wouldn't go as far as Luis Diaz. No chance.
Not Diaz.
Not Luis Diaz. You're talking about stinkers. How many stinkers has Luis Diaz put on this season? You can only name me one game more than Trent. Name me another game this season where where Trent's had a stinker bar Man United. Go on, you can't name one.
A few.
Go on.
Where he's left his marker. Look, I have to go back to the games, isn't it? I didn't think he was great. Was it Chelsea at home that he played the Chelsea at home game? I didn't think he was great in that game.
I'll tell you, Chelsea.
Someone remind me.
The whole Liverpool team weren't great.
There's about 2-3 games this season where Trent has thrown up a stinker.
Okay, Chalo, if this guy thinks that, Trent hasn't been good this season, then
a lot of people are agreeing.
What, is that a stinker?
Who's agreeing?
Fulham. Look, people have mentioned Fulham.
Has he been in your top 5?
Arsenal.
Has he been in your top 5 this season?
Fulham, Arne Slot came out and said, look, we were down to 10 men and they were creating overloads on that side. He goes, look,
the way he let Robinson run, the way he let Robinson go for the second,
left-hand side.
The way he let Robinson go for the second was unacceptable.
It was, but what I would say is, in the last 4 or 5 weeks, he hasn't been fit, and because Bradley was out, we had to play him. Honestly, has he been in? Has he been your top 5 performer of Liverpool this season?
No.
Top 5? Who's Salah?
Maybe.
So you said
Salah, Van Dijk, Gravenberch.
You said no. Go on, name your top 5 this season.
I'm thinking out loud.
You will answer now.
I'm thinking out loud. Wait on. Gravenberch, Van Dijk, Salah, in no particular order.
McAllister, Gakpo.
I think there's a lot of players.
Ibu?
I think.
Yeah, they're probably in the same sort of thing.
I think some Nayara, Gakpo, Diaz, all these guys can probably be grouped together. Honestly, with Salah, with Trent. Ibu, I think Ibu is definitely in top 5. I think before he was injured, he was one of the best defenders in Europe.
If people saying Trent have been good, fair enough. I don't agree with it. But if people say Trent is good, fair enough. I can accept that much.
I'll be honest with you. Whoever doesn't understand the role and the
Oh, here
importance
we go.
of Trent.
Start doing
Doesn't
little
know
pieces and
football.
nitpicking.
Doesn't know
You stick that
football.
on your Tuesday show,
Doesn't know
please, of your
football.
Tactical Tuesday, yeah? Don't talk to
Doesn't
me.
know football.
Avi,
You just-
The
you
only
just find it
people that
difficult.
are going
You
crazy
just find
are
it
this.
difficult to name him in
You
your top-
and Jay.
You
That's
find it
it.
difficult to name him in your top
You
5.
and Jay in the comments. That's it.
Look, Avi, I'll be honest with you. This is one of the reasons why I don't like Asim on this show. Yeah, because ours is a gap shop. Yeah, he's going to give us a masterclass on tactical nous, and I don't really care about tactical nous right now.
I'm
Do you
not giving
understand?
tactical nous. You're telling me Trent hasn't improved defensively this year?
Asim,
I agree with you, man. I has.
Asim,
Yes or no, Avi?
Asim,
Don't chat shit
you
now.
agreed with
Give me
me.
yes or no. Has he improved defensively?
You've just agreed with me. You just agreed with me that Trent has not been Liverpool's top 5 player. Yes or no?
No. I said, I think Gravenberch,
His
Van
defending
Dijk
might
and
have
Salah
improved, but it's still nowhere near the
out-
level of a right back.
they're
You know
out
what?
in the
Modern
on
right
their
backs,
own.
Jinan, modern right backs
Hmm.
aren't told to defend first anymore. They're told to attack first now. They get signed by top clubs like Manchester City, even Newcastle, even Spurs, even Arsenal. A right back must show attacking prowess before defending now.
And when hasn't
Trent has shown that.
that's
But
Trent's,
if you're telling me that Trent's
Trent's
defensive
strength.
work, if you're telling me that Trent's all of a sudden become a top defender, he hasn't. He hasn't by any stretch of the imagination. Use your eyes.
You're
Use your eyes
putting
sometimes.
words in my mouth now. I never said he's a top defender.
Avi, but going
So has
forward,
it improved?
Trent's been good on it.
He's not an awful
recently.
defender. He's
I'm
not
not
an
saying
awful
he's,
defender.
I've never said he's awful. He's fine as a defender.
And I-
It's not
and
his
I-
greatest
and I-
trait.
and
It's
I
not his
was-
best trait.
And I
It's not
never
his
said
best
he's the
trait
best
by
defender.
stretch of the imagination. It's not his best trait.
But I never said for me, he's the best right back in the world.
I agree.
I think Trent is helped by the best
Who's better
channel
than him?
defender alongside him. The best channel defender being Konate. Thank you very
But
much.
But also, you have to understand Trent's role. If he's attacking and being, overlapping and this and that, he's going to vacate the space, isn't he?
Which
So
game
you
was
have to
it?
get back as well. Yeah, he's getting protection, but he has got a lot more responsibilities as well.
Fair enough. Do you know which game was it where he lost possession 24 times? Was it the United game? The same
Probably
game?
United. Probably
Okay,
United.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
probably was
enough.
United. That was his generational stinker.
So I asked both of you who your top 5 Liverpool players have been. Both of you haven't put Trent in there. So Chalo, he's still good though. Chalo,
No,
he's still good.
I said
move on.
That doesn't mean that still doesn't mean he's had a bad. Still means he had a good season. I can still
Move on
say
the
he's
conversation.
been very
Move on
good
the
because
conversation.
there's a lot of players in our team that have had very, very good seasons. So we move on. Anyway, look, Asim, I'll come to you. Obviously, look, now we're obviously talking about Trent's contract. We might as well speak about another person's contract who spoke about a few days ago, Konate. This is a bit of a weird one, Asim, man, because obviously he's come on show. Obviously, he's come out and said that he is in talks with Liverpool Football Club. There is a contract on the table, but signing it is another story. Now, you can take that. You know what? How do you take that? Let me ask you that first.
I was just gonna say, Gene. I saw that. I was speaking to someone who was in the presser as well, and they were saying we were surprised how open Ibu is, and maybe that was his personality. He's very honest, and the way he is. Every time you watch all these Liverpool clips, whether it's inside, you saw it today how he was with Trent at the Salah's coffee table. He is a popular member and a leader. He captained France, I think, earlier on in the year. He's a proper character and a popular member of the squad. I think personally, when he said that, I think there was an earlier report. I don't know exactly who came out with it. I personally think Konate's team or himself has rejected that offer. The earlier reports were that Kwanzaa is close and obviously signed a contract. He was a lot closer than, that was the report, wasn't it? And then they said Konate is close as well. I think that was the exact information that we were given. He's not close. And then you have to go by his his comments to the journalist when he said, "Oh, is it close?" And he said, "That's a totally different conversation." I think, and I tweeted straight after those comments were given by Ibu, if I was Ibu, what's that term? If you increase or increase the size of the ceiling, you have to increase the floor as well. So in the case of the 3 big pressing matters of Salah's and Trent's and Van Dijk's contract, if you're going to raise the ceiling, you have to raise the floor as well. If I was Ibu, now I'm not a 21-year-old coming from Leipzig. I'm one of the best defenders in Europe. I know I can go to the best teams in the world. The Real Madrids, the Barcelonas, the PSGs, obviously, with his French connection, will always get links. If I was him, I'd say, show me ambition. Show me you mean business. Not in terms of my contract, but tell me what you're going to give to your mates in terms of a financial sense. And then also in terms of, we want to go again. We don't want to be in one season wonder types. And then I'm involved in the transition period for the best part of my years. How old is he now? Are we 24, 25?
25 now, yeah.
25. This is arguably his biggest contract in terms of peak years. And I wouldn't blame him if he's thinking like that and saying, okay, look, what's going to happen with Van Dijk? If you're going to raise him to 320, then I want to be not 320, but at least I want 250 if I was Ibu. But also, I don't want to be involved. If you get rid of Salah, don't give him a contract. If Trent leaves and Van Dijk leaves, then I know obviously he's a leader and he loves this club. I get that. But he also wants to know that we're ambitious, in meaning do we want to win trophies in the peak years of Ibu Konate. And I don't blame him for thinking that. And I think that's exactly what's happening, Sheen.
Avi, I just want to bring up the super chat.
And we've got super chat. I'll take it. Mo Mohammed, thank you for this super chat. Thank you for tuning in. And guys, make sure you like and subscribe. I don't know how many views we have got today because I'm logging in from my work laptop, so I'm not admin today. But please,
there's nearly 300 people in here, Avi.
So please make sure you like and subscribe. PSG offering Konate 250k a week, French captain as well. I totally agree. For the first time tonight with Asim, I think he's going to be 26 in May, not 25, 26 in May. He's going to want to look at the direction of this club going forward. He's going to want to look at the ambition of the owners. We shouldn't be one title winners every 5 years. We need to be winning consistently. We should be serial winners with the size of our club. I'm hoping that we do lock down the contracts. I'm very worried. I'm not optimistic. I'm not confident at all that any of the three will be staying. And that would mean that he might want to leave as well, as Gene. He won't be short of offers. Real Madrid will come knocking. Barcelona maybe, depending on their court proceedings in March. See where they are financially, but he could go back to Paris, born and raised Parisian. He could go back to PSG. There's no doubt about that. But he's a great human being as well. You see him inside outfield. He's such a great human being. The poor lad has gone through the mud a little bit with his injuries. Top defender, world class when he strings games together. It will be a shame if we lose him, but I won't blame him right now. If he's hesitant, I'm not blaming him at the moment at all.
Wow, maybe I was a bit too high then, Sheen. I said he needs to be on 250. I think 200.
I was to be honest with you, I was going to come to that question next. Look, I know, it's easy to just say, look, let's give
that contract 70k a week. You got to remember that was when he first probably joined from Leipzig. So if you go back 3 years, that was actually okay for him because he was 21 years old. Remember, guys, we don't offer big contracts for youngsters. We are very diplomatic when it comes to contracts. So now, if he's asking for 250, I don't think he's shortchanging us.
250 is. I'm going to be honest with you. When Asim mentioned he'd be happy to give 250, I think 250,000 is a lot of money. And there's one of the reasons why is, and
he's one of the best defenders in the world.
Hear me out. One of the reasons why is I just feel as though he gets injured. And there's comments on here that I've mentioned. He does pick up a lot of injuries. We can't run away from that.
Give him an appearance bonus then.
Right? Something around the 180, 200k mark makes sense. I think that's a fair deal for both parties, for Liverpool and for Ibu. We can say, look, you do get injuries, you deserve 200k. That's what Van Dijk was on when he was at the peak of his powers, right? So you're getting that money. But that's fair.
This season, to be fair, this injury that he's recovering from, this was inflicted by that little shit. Yeah. So this season,
generally speaking, I'm not just saying this one injury. I'm just saying over the last 5 years, 4 years,
he has remained consistent. And we had the conversation on Sunday, and I think it might have been last Thursday, where I said I do worry because the frame that Konate is, I think he will pick up more muscular injuries. It's how he's managed, and you do hope that Slot has a program for the, not just Slot, but the conditioning team have a program for Ibu, so that he doesn't get these muscular injuries. I think this season, on the whole, he's been very good. But for me, if we're paying 200K a week at 26, at 25 years old, who's a top defender, we know his performances. I have no qualms of paying 200.
200 fair. Look, I will 100%. He deserves that. But again, Avi, he's another player that's going to probably, and I think, Asim mentioned he's like a leader type of player. He's probably one that's going to want the captain's armband as well. And I'll tell you that now, he's not one to shy away from saying, mate, I want the captain's armband, because he is that type of player. He wants to be captain. And if Trent was to leave the football club, that's a big if. If he was to leave, Ibu Konate is going to be gunning for that captaincy.
Well, I think if we go by
the next in line,
I think he would be in line anyway. If we go by longevity,
maybe
I think he would still be in line then. Depending on Allison, obviously, on his future as well. But yeah, I believe he would be one of the top three in terms of getting the captaincy or the vice captaincy.
Kieran Thorns with a comment, and he says people talking like 200K a week is acceptable, shows how detached finance in football is from reality. But I don't know. I think it comes back to the owners, honestly. If we have
Kieran also knows that someone like PSG will offer him 300K a week.
We have to understand who we're owned by.
And Kieran also knows on his day there's no other better defender than Ibu, bar Van Dijk. So which one is it? Are we detached from football finances, or are we just talking about football as a whole? As the economy in football right now is, you have to pay big wages. That's why Trent hasn't signed. That's why Salah hasn't signed. That's why Van Dijk hasn't signed. Van Dijk could play for Real Madrid tomorrow at 400K a week. No one would bat an eyelid, because you're guaranteed success at Real Madrid. And he's guaranteed to lift a European Cup within the next 2 years at Real Madrid. So which one is it? You can't say we're detached from football finances, because right now that's the way the economy works in football. You have to pay big. Salah already is on great wages at Liverpool Football Club. Don't get that mistaken. We probably overpaid him when he initially signed his last contract. And now he deserves to be paid another top wedge, another 100K on top a week if he wants that, because he's put himself in that position, because he's the best performing Liverpool player as of now. So why shouldn't we be paying them?
That's why I said it comes back to the model, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And obviously, I said I've been sticking to finances. Obviously, I don't, you or Avi saw the report regarding the wages, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting Liverpool's wages to increase the level it did. I looked at that thinking, how the hell, we've not signed anyone, we've not given any contracts out, Avi, to anybody. Yeah, where's this wages gone up from?
All right, first of all, I want to dispel this whole notion that FSG have somehow put some hidden fees in there and they've taken a wage. That's absolutely BS. I tell you guys.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
At LFC, I tell you where we've burnt ourselves in the foot, and Kieran might know. Kieran may know a little bit better. He might know, actually. He probably does know better than me. We incentivize a lot on bonuses, on goals, on appearances, on assists, little bonuses like that is where we kind of get burnt. So if players like that, so you got to remember,
we didn't have Champions League that year though, and we got rid of Thiago's wage, Matip's wage,
big wages, Asim.
Big wages as well.
Big wages,
so,
but if you're saying that
we increased wages by 14 million.
But if you're saying that the owners are rigging or cooking the books for themselves,
I'm not saying it's rigging and cooking. No, we're not. Avi, I just want a bit of an explanation. Like, it would make. I don't really understand the finance side, but you probably know it better than me. But it just did it. Avi, did it make sense to you though? First and foremost, when that news came out, looking at it from the outside, did it make sense? Because it didn't to me.
You know what? You say that I won't know this side of the game. Kieran knows a lot because I know he studies about the finances stuff. He just bring up his comment on Bobby Firmino 1 minute.
There you go. Oops.
About the Bobby Firmino was on 55K a goal bonus. That's the level we are talking about. Some people had some ridiculous bonuses like that. So every goal that Bobby scored 14 in his last season, I believe. So 55K a goal.
What songs for? Where's that comment just gone up now? Last year, directors' wages went up most by percentage,
Yeah, not your
2023
director,
24.
director. So Mike
So we're
Hogan.
blaming directors, yeah? We're blaming the directors of this football club that because their wages have gone up. We don't know how much they've gone up, by the way. I'm just going by what he said in terms of percentage.
Well, they must be paying Michael Edwards and co a lot of money.
Look, generally speaking, the football club in terms of finance is run pretty well. Javi, we've got to be a bit careful. That's because everyone else on the chat will probably say that's because we didn't spend any money. Hence why we're always.
By the way, isn't Edwards on FSG's books rather than Liverpool's?
Yeah, and they're a limited company, I believe. So yeah, he would be on. He would be on their scope, but that we don't even know the wrangles of whether he takes a wage out of Liverpool or not. Gina, we will only know how well the club ultimately is run this summer, isn't it? If the three go and we're spending Latu Patu on 20-30 million pound players at 18 to 21 years old and expecting them to be the next Van Dijk, Trent, and Salah, then we're not perfectly run, are we? We will only ultimately know for the first time in the history of this football club in the last 10 years. Yeah, this is just past the Kamoli era, past Dalglish, before Brendan took over. For the first time in about 10, 11 years, we will ultimately know how well this club is run this summer, depending on expenditure.
100%.
Not about income, about expenditure, about how much we spend.
That's fair. Look, Avi, that's that's fair. But
our attitude in the market needs to change. This sort of tight-ass
Avi,
we give out. No, hold on, Asim, that we give out that we're perceived as. It's actually very. It's not very classy at all. This lynch pinching a little bit, penny pinching a little bit. The way we come across, it's very embarrassing as a football club. And the owners are culpable, Gene. These where I come for them. They are culpable, but ultimately, this summer will be very telling, Asim, of what we do in the market.
I agree.
But do you not have a Avi? But okay, I know you could be, and fans will and the people will come up to you and say, Avi, with respect with what you're saying, does the last 5 or 6 years not tell you what's going to happen in the summer? Bar one season, not last season, the season before, where we sort of went into the midfield and signed 3 or 4 players. This isn't a summer of just signing players, Avi. This is a summer where potentially there's a lot of contracts to deal with, number one. And then on top of that, signing the right players. Liverpool Football Club have never done this where they've gone mad in the transfer market. Well, not mad. We've never gone mad. Spent decent in the transfer market and given out contracts. In the past, there'd be a year where we give out the contracts, we don't sign anybody. I understand that. So you call your best players first. Next season, you go again, right? But it just feels like this summer, we've got question marks on so many players from Diaz to Konate. Obviously, a question mark on Robbo. And then you've got the 3 or 4 contracts that we need sorting out. The writing's on the wall. And the previous sample size will tell you that we ain't going to get most of it done, Avi, because the proof is in the pudding. We've never got everything done. And you'll be sat here in August again, yeah? You might be fighting near the owner's corner, but I can guarantee you, me and Asim will be sat there peed off because we know what's happening. We actually know what's coming. We'll have to. And it's easy to say we'll have to wait and see because we've been trying to wait and see for years.
Last 5-6 years, even since Klopp's been here, I would say it was a bit of both. I think Klopp was not at fault, but I think Klopp maybe protected the owners a bit too much. If Slot's the same, then we'll know. Gine, look, we're arguably losing 3 of our best players in the summer.
You think Slot's not going to be the same? You think they haven't bought a yes man?
It's not about being a yes man.
You saw an article today or yesterday.
I don't believe
Slot wanted to assess the squad. He's happy not to buy. Look, I absolutely love Arne Slot on the touchline. I think he's a genius. I think he's a proper coach. But I'll be honest with you, he's a yes man. And if he does speak against him, out the door. Simple.
I don't believe we would have done or recruited the likes of Pedro Marquez, the likes of Michael Edwards, the likes of Julian Ward, the likes of Richard Hughes, who comes with a very reputable, he comes with a very good reputation, basically, yeah? We wouldn't have made those signings as a club or bring in that structure if we weren't going to spend money. Yeah, if we're just going to go as we are, buy 2, get rid of 2, buy 2, get rid of 2, get rid of 1, bring in 1. No, they've come in to reset this whole team. And this summer, look, we can't say anything until this summer kicks off from May till August or June till August, we will know the ambition of this football club.
Why do we need a reset?
Then we'll know if the
We don't
likes of
need a reset.
Konate will stay on or not.
But why do we need a reset, Avi? The only reason why we need a reset is if we let these 3 world-class players.
No, I think this club needs.
We don't need a reset.
I think we need a mini rebuild.
Which areas are we really crying out for? Left back,
centre back, left back.
We're not crying out for a centre mid.
Centre back.
But that's squad, isn't it? I'm talking about first team. We're crying out for a centre forward. We're crying out for a left back, aren't we?
Asim, we need a top centre back too. Van Dijk's only 34.
Oh, get out Van Dijk and Konate and Miles.
I accept we need to sign him.
First team.
What's the guarantee? Okay, Asim, what's the guarantee Van Dijk staying?
But no, the reason why we don't need a reset is will you get those contracts sorted out and then strengthen in the position that we're crying out for.
Okay, so say 3 are gone. Say those 3 are gone.
Why?
So
why? I don't want them to leave. Act like a big club and sign them up. You said we need a reset this summer. We don't need a reset this summer. The only reason why we need a reset is you're saying is let them 3 go. Then we obviously need the 3 replacements. Trent, a right back, a centre back.
We need a big left back coming in.
I agree.
We need a big forward coming in.
I agree.
It's
not a reset.
Just 2.
It's not a reset.
Reset is
5, 6.
Maximum 3 players. Maximum 3 players.
Mama's coming in for Alisson. Agree?
Oh, that's Tika. That's the.
Yeah,
I can understand that.
No. That's not guarantee, is it?
Yeah, that's not a guarantee though. I can see Alisson staying for a year. I'll be honest. I think he's gonna go. Avi.
You saying that you want them to stay. I'm saying, look, I think they'll be gone. If nothing's look, I'm going by proof, by evidence from previous seasons, from previous other teams as well, not just Liverpool. If your top players haven't signed by the end of January on a new contract, unheard of. Only our club does this, that I don't expect him to sign a new contract in February, March, April, May.
That's a different issue though, Avi. I agree with you.
So I'm thinking already ahead. I'm thinking, all right, those 3 are gone. I've given them the shutti. You're saying something different. I'm saying they're gone. So it is going to be a massive rebuild. That's where I've said, ultimately, we will find out for the first time in about 10, 15 years how big or aspirations or ambitions.
Avi, you should be. No, because Avi, they've failed already. They have, by you saying that, they've actually, by us letting 3 go, they failed us already. That's the simple truth.
We should not let the
failure on the part.
I don't disagree.
We should not let the club get past that, Avi.
And we don't even need to. Then, Avi, it doesn't matter what they do in the summer. If all 3 go, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't matter what they do in the summer. You've just let go of the best defender in the world, the best left player in the world, and arguably the best right back in the world, who's your vice captain and your captain, Van Dijk. That tells you enough, doesn't it? You don't need to know what they're going to do in the summer. Just them 3 will tell you enough that these guys have failed.
But you just said on Sunday's show, as long as we win the title, you don't mind.
Of course I want to. I've been a fan for over 40 years. Right now, I don't give a shit about anything. I want a title more than anything. That's the truth. Come on, man. And everybody in the chat with me, all we care about is a title. Yeah, right, as of right now. But that doesn't mean, I don't want Salah to sign a contract or Van Dijk to sign a contract. Of course I bloody do, because I want to continue winning. Now, I don't give a shit about anything else, though. Of course I want the title.
My biggest gripe with the owners, it's only the biggest gripe that I have with them, is we're not serial winners. We're going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? We're going to be like 1 in 3 league winners or Champions League winners. It's not enough for our club. It's not enough. And that's the biggest regret I have with these owners.
1 in 3.
I know.
Bro, with respect, I will take 1 in 3.
Unfortunately,
1 in 3, I'll sign up for it right now.
Exactly, with respect.
If I go off the baseball record, they're a 1 in 3. If you think about it, 1 in 4 maybe. But at Liverpool, look, a couple of decisions here and there. We could be talking about 3 league titles, 3 European Cups. It wasn't because of lack of squad. It was just lack of tweaks here and there in the finals or in the last.
You're blaming the tweaks. You're blaming the tweaks. Look, it's easy now. You're blaming the tweaks.
No.
I'm not blaming the tweaks. I blame that we were.
It could have been a player here and there. It could have been a player.
Because I'll tell you why I say so clear. Because at the start of that season, 90% of the Liverpool fans, if you spoke to, would have said to you, you know what? We're going into that season 1 short. 90% of the fans, we always felt like And I know most fans on the clubs will say they're short, but genuinely, I think Liverpool fans are not stupid. We always felt as though they left us one short, truthfully, and they did. It's not about a tweak, a tactical tweak of the style.
I thought the business in January 22, when we brought in Luis Diaz, was brilliant because that gave us that momentum. We needed that energy. Bobby wasn't the same. Mane was centrally. Salah was pulling out the numbers, but Diaz was pivotal from January till May. You know, scores in the semi-final against Villarreal, the final, it was what it was. A 1-5 Red Sox, and you could say they're 1-5 Liverpool. You know, well, we've only got two major titles, the European Cup and the league, which was back to back, and then nothing after. I know the League Cups and FA Cups, but are they majors? I'm not sure. Look, I'm just saying how it is. That's my grip. That's where
you judge a team on league performances.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Let's be honest.
And
those are bonuses, the cup competitions, but the big two are the Champions League and the league. I think everyone would agree with that.
And if we win the league this season, it's going to be 1-5, just like the Boston Red Sox record.
Abby, here's a question.
It's not good enough.
You've put a line through these guys signing a new contract 5 minutes ago. How much would the club need to spend for this reset? You use the word. How much would you be happy with, given the fact that the three best players have left the club? How much would FSG need to spend in the summer to make you happy?
Off the bat, on those three replacements.
No, on the squad.
Reset. This reset that you're talking about. I think 200 million pound.
200 plus.
If it's
200 million, bro,
can they do that?
They need to spend minimum 300 million.
300 million in the summer. China head, just end the stream now. You think that's gonna happen?
So how? No. I'm not saying. No. This guy's fucked. Asim, I'm not saying they're gonna spend 200. I'm saying to replace that.
James.
If you no, Avi, happening is a different question. Your question was how much do you think they need to spend to sort that out?
I was being realistic. If they spend 200 million, I'd be shocked.
Well,
you're asking a question, then you didn't mention. You want me to give you an answer in terms of how much they're going to spend. Number one,
our initial outlay will nowhere be near that because we won't pay clubs in one full payment.
Well, generally speaking, Avi, what the fee is going to be, man. Of course, we know. Do we ever pay? We use Klarna, man. Flipping this guy. Of course, we know it's going to be spread over 5 years. It's standard Liverpool deal. We're not saying they pay 100 million up front.
Unless it's a release clause.
Obviously.
Go on, Gene.
But on a serious note, ask him, because you're going, number one, if all three go, you need world class, and the only player in world class
you're not going to get world class.
So why are you going to replace Salah with?
Okay, Lukeba is not world class, but I would get him in.
I'm talking about a Salah replacement, Van Dijk replacement, and Trent replacement. You're telling me you don't need world class replacements?
I agree with you,
but we won't be in the market for that, will we? We don't go in the market for that.
We might as well just say Chutti.
Chankla, yeah.
Well, this is it.
So then why? Exactly. So you're going against your own theory now because you said someone's going to tell me if you've already given up.
No
one's giving up.
Look, if you were Chelsea, Gene, they'd spend 300 million. I'm saying
they would.
If they spend 200 million, and then look, it depends how we say. I think 200 million off the bat, and then if you sell someone else, you add that in. It might go to
200 is.
Whatever. Well, you need to put. Will they? I don't even think they'll put 200 million on the table, Gene. I don't think they'll.
I don't.
Then we're heading back to again mediocrity. Then, if that's what you two are saying, that we're not going to spend anywhere near that.
No, because no. I tell you why. No. The difference here, is you're saying I don't think we need 200 million if them three players are signed. That's the difference here. I don't think we need to spend 300 million. If them three players sign the contract, you need a left back and a DM, right? You'll sell probably Darwin, so you bring in a striker for Darwin, right? How much do you need? 100 million?
Guys, I'm sorry, but Salah is going to be 33. Van Dijk is 34. I'm sorry. If they do sign a contract, Gene, just hear me out. If they do sign a contract, you have to have a succession plan already in place now. So you buy a 19 or 20-year-old, like up-and-coming winger, or even a 21, 22-year-old, to let him acclimatize for one season under the stewardship of Salah on that position. Right. Then you need a defender in that 22, 23 bracket who will play alongside Van Dijk maybe a few games here, depending on Konate's situation, and Kwanzaa maybe going out on loan, who will learn under the stewardship of Van Dijk. So with the succession plan, regardless of where Salah and Van Dijk are, if they sign a contract already, you still need a succession plan for them this summer. You can't be
the contract
next summer in the
Avi,
year of
Asim,
26.
I agree. But you're proving our point here, Gene.
You're proving our point, Avi.
Because then it's not a reset. Succession planning is not a reset. Reset is letting these three go and then having to replace these three and then add another 3-4 players. That is a reset. We don't want the reset.
Asim, every great team has a reset, Yard. What are you talking about? Every great team has to go through a reset. When you're getting, if those three leave,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, if those three leave, though, that's a reset, Yard.
Yes, I agree with you.
It was a reset when Klopp left. When Klopp left, Arne came in. That is called a reset.
When
Klopp left and Slot came in, that's a reset in itself.
So if it was a reset, why did we only bring Chiesa in then? A chunky reset.
Slot was happy. No, but because Klopp left a legacy.
It wasn't a reset.
Klopp left a legacy which had top class players. He left a great squad.
So it's not a reset then, is it?
Bro, they're going, Avi, the difference is they're going through a reset. Man City are going through a reset. And we're seeing them, when it's a proper reset, Avi, you got to spend, and this is just a start of them spending money, by the way, you know, for on these 3 players we're probably going to sign in around on the market. There's probably that fullback probably looking at, they're bringing him in. That's over 200 million. In the summer, De Bruyne will go, a couple, maybe 1 or 2 with extra, more will go, and they will buy again. So their reset is costing them how much? Minimum 350 million. That's the difference. That's what you have to.
They are. You know what?
Avi, I'm not. No. But what I'm trying to say to you, Avi, is when it's a reset, you got to play the dough to bring in the players. That's what we're trying to tell you. You can't say it's a reset and say, oh, by the way, we're resetting 100 million. That's not a reset. But you know what? Look, it is what it is. I think all of us know our owners. Most people know what we're up against. The most important thing is that Liverpool get these contracts signed, so we don't need a mad reset. So we can just tweak it in the summer, bring in 2 or 3 players, and then at least we've got another chance of.
I disagree. I think we need about 4
players. 3, 4. Okay, I get that. 4 players, I'd be over the moon with Avi. Yes, because then that will show that we've sorted out the positions that need sorting out, and also we've brought in done some succession planning in terms of these positions that you've mentioned, because we're 2 players short. So you bring in an extra 2 to sort out your thingy, get rid of a couple, and I can accept that. That's fine. That's actually the right way to do it. And then the summer after that, you go again. You might really need to go and spend big that summer. That's how you should do it. We're not asking for 300-400 million. We're just saying sign the contracts.
Gene, we've got some super chats to go through. Mo Mohammed, thank you very much, bro.
We've done this already.
Okay, sorry about that.
So you should remain as a contributor, not go through.
Red Storm, Born and Red, Sheen, the Heart, Asim, the Nucleus, Azor, Chip, the Aura, Maguire type, not Van Dijk.
You know what? Born Red Storm, whoever you are, mate, you hit the nail on the head.
Red Storm is my friend from Australia. Right? I know him very
well.
He's
only saying that because he's seen the flipping currency.
Do they play by Australian dollars?
That's Mike. That's Mike from Australia, and he just become a member as well. So thank you very much.
Respect.
Big up, man. Big up, Mike. Red Storm became a YouTube member. Thank you very much for that. And there's another one from Jamrock. When you lose a title by 7 points or more, the reason is better squad. Lose by 1 point. It's not squad. It's tactics and luck. Stop being disingenuous, fellas.
That's a fair. Look, you know what? He's actually made a fair point. But you know what you have to understand, Jamrock, is yes, I agree with you. Your point is actually valid. My issue was, and you have to understand this, is at the end of that year where we lost, where we were going for a quad, right? We were a player short in that summer, and I felt as though we were a player short. Yes, we signed Diaz in January, but I always felt, and that caught up to our players, because if you look at the back end of the season, where did we drop points? The team was absolutely shattered. You remember that Spurs game? The players were gone. They were really gone. They run themselves to the ground. That Champions League final, there was players on that pitch that their legs were gone. Yeah. Yes, I can accept Courtois had an unbelievable game, right? Yes, and your point's valid, but I remember at the start of the season feeling that we could have done better in the transfer market, and it would have helped, because in the previous seasons it's always felt like that. But your point is valid, and I can accept that. To be fair,
when you bring up selection, he gave us super chat. You've got to read it out.
Where is it?
Selection. You just put it up, and then you just took it out.
Go on, I'll let you take that. You like taking
Selection again in the house. Thank you so much. Big up Selection every single time. And big up Jamrock as well, by the way. I know he's on a few channels, super chats and stuff. So big up Jamrock.
Big up, man.
Big up FSG.
What did Selection say?
Selection said transfer dopamine will come. Relax.
We know, I don't necessarily agree with that comment. I don't know who it was. Like if you lose the league by 1 point, is by tactics or luck. Why?
No, I think wait.
No, but Asim, you've agreed to this previously.
Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp absolutely squeezed everything out of his team. Liverpool had 14, 15 players compared to the City squad. You're telling me because of Jurgen Klopp lost the league by 1 point, or the last day City had a madness on the last day, 3 goals in 5 minutes, that we lost because of our tactics, or Klopp's tactics?
Asim, any team in the league that gets over 90 points, if you lose it at that point, it's luck, isn't it? It's bad luck.
That's what he's trying to say.
It's bad luck.
You're a very unlucky side to lose a title with 90 points. That's what they're trying to say. And I get that.
Before Pep City came into the fold, teams would win the league with 82, 85 points.
I disagree. We were unlucky, but ultimately, what's that phrase that at the end of the season, the table never lies, Gene? The table never lies.
I can accept that. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Because of Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool were up there.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now, because of Jurgen Klopp. Like, look, he made mistakes, and we all talk about the basketball type of games and stuff like that. But make no mistake of how good and how much he got out of players that he made into good players, from good players to world-class players. I can go through the whole squad, the whole team. And yeah, he wasn't lucky, but I wouldn't say, you lost it because you're not better. You're not, sorry, it's due to tactics and stuff like that. You can argue that Liverpool bought in, who in that summer when we won the league, we bought, who did we bring in?
Adrian.
And Adrian. Thiago and that, what do you call it? Vandenberg, the Brentford defender. Yeah. So you're telling me Liverpool, after winning the league, had those players bringing in?
You got to remember, Mina came in that January too, though.
Oh, what did he do?
Yeah, but obviously Klopp liked him though. The team liked him.
In terms of strengthening from a position of strength, it didn't happen.
I don't think in that summer of 2020. I'm not here to kiss FSG's ass for the first time. I don't think how much could we have improved that team. Thiago was a great signing, but we always knew that he was going to be a crock. I mean, Gina waxed lyrical of Thiago. He was his favorite player at Barca, Bayern Munich, whatever. But we didn't need that much. We didn't need that much tweaking in the summer of 2020. We were good to go again. It's because of COVID and then the Van Dijk injury and the Gomez injury that we didn't win the league, that we finished 4th or wherever we were 3rd. We would have won it back to back. Anyway, am I ready to give the exclusive for today?
No. We need to be on 150 likes.
Yeah. Wait, let me check, man. Let me check.
That was the condition. We need to be on 150 likes
before you get my exclusive here. It's a big
this
one.
Better be good. This better be good, Avi.
And it better not be a lie. No. Can I just? Is he lying? Are you lying?
It's not a lie, man. It's not a lie.
Okay.
I don't know with him, innit?
No, it's not a lie. There we are.
Guys, there's 170 of you that have liked this stream so far. Come on, let's get it up to 150 at least. 115 now. Yeah, nearly 3 of you in the chat. Get it up to 3. Get it up to 150, and hopefully you'll hear some bullshit from Avi. Avi, the floor is going to be yours in the next. Let me see.
150 likes. Come on, guys, man. I'm begging here.
119, man. Come on, boys. Let's get it up to 150. Come on. And I'm sure Avi, is it worth it?
It's good and bad.
Does that mean we're getting 2 exclusives?
It's 2. You're getting 2 today.
Wow.
Because Asim's been good behavior.
130, boys. 130. 20 to go. Come on. No, but honestly,
Asim, also that sweatshirt you're wearing, which represents Gaza, I believe. If you want to send the link post-show in the comments and on your Twitter feed, because I know a lot of people have asked for it. A lot of people have asked that,
Yeah.
A lot of people have asked for it as well, so.
It's actually a guy from America, Gene. Avi.
Send him the link, yeah, because I know a lot of people have asked for it too. Look at
140. We're on 140.
Look at Alan Minnick. More bullshit from the GOAT. Wow.
Who said that?
Right, are we ready?
130. Yeah, come on. 12 to go. Come on. Let's get it.
I can give one of them right now.
No. We give 150, the first one. Zakir says, I've liked it again. Just make sure you don't like it after the bomber.
Yeah, no, bro, Avi, but imagine it goes to 150,
I
and
think so.
after your bullshit bomber, it goes down to 130. Because me, I'll kill you.
Billy says, stand up, Asim. This hides my belly. I don't get up, Billy. This is the reason why. Okay. Are we getting it?
You know, it's 142. Let's go for it. It's got. We're not far off us, and there's a few. I think we're on 142. I think we're good to go. Avi.
Right,
Go, Avi. The floor's yours.
First one, I just want to not dispel, but Milos Kerkez, guys, you know that name keeps getting bandied about. I said previously that we changed metrics, and then it popped up again that we actually like the player, this and that. I said nothing would happen in January. I'm still confident of that. I actually don't believe we will be pursuing the player in the summer either. So just letting you know that.
Milos Kerkez is not going to be a Liverpool player, according to Avi's.
Who told me about Tyler Dibbling actually, about the links with him. He's also said.
Yeah, carry on.
He also said that Milos Kerkez, he doesn't believe that we'll go in for him in the summer.
Who said that?
The source that I've got at near the Southampton.
And the Dibbling, you don't think we'll go in for Dibbling?
No, Dibbling separate. No, Dibbling we actually like.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 seconds. Okay, carry on. Are we going just on Kerkez? Mo was asking a few questions. He said, "Look, you know, he doesn't think he's the right profile." I think he's a really raw. But if you look at his numbers, his ball carries are really good. Avi, his intensity is really good. But I think the Arnie slot left back or the right back needs to receive the ball back to goal. I saw Nuno Mendes against City. PSG. He was doing a lot of Arnie slot fullback type of things on Tuesday.
Injuries.
I know, but in terms of profile, I think he's the defender that can go the other way if need be, if he's high up the pitch and get back. Kerkez is that. He's a transition defender as well. He gets low in wide positions. He is that. My only concern about Kerkez is if you look at the way Arnie Slot plays, especially on the big day, he wants his left back to stay in deeper positions. And can he do that and manipulate the ball? And can he put it into midfield? The stats at the moment, Avi, suggest he isn't that profile. So obviously he's 21. Can he coach? Get coached? Of course. Can he develop? Of course. I think he's technically. People are saying he's technically not great, but I don't think. If I look at Kerkez, I don't think he lacks technical ability. I think he's a lot better technically than Robbo. But at 21, but my main thing is we were talking about the reset and how much we spend. I think there's a reluctancy to how much Liverpool value that player in terms of what he's showing at the moment. And they, I think, value him around about 30 to 40 million pound max. Bournemouth would own 50 and maybe more. I think maybe that's why Liverpool may not go for him. But I think we'll still be sniffing around Avi in the summer.
Around him?
Yeah.
Jolo?
I don't think we've ruled it out. That's what I'm saying.
I think I think I'm with Avi as well. Sorry, I'm with Asim, Avi. I think it's going to boil down to the fee. If it's 30 million, he's a Liverpool player. If it's 50 million, he's not a Liverpool player.
What did you say? The first figure, what did you say?
30 I said if he's around 35 million, that sort of... No, look, Bournemouth can demand 50 million, Avi. Bournemouth can demand it. Who's going to pay 50 million for a left back? It's hard, man. Not Avi, easy to go and spend 50 million on a left back, you know.
Second one, are you ready?
No. But can I just add my little thing? I think I mentioned it on the last show.
Girona,
this is the guy Liverpool are really keeping tabs on. Anyway, second bomber,
which is a weird link because he plays in those half spaces where sort of Jones, Elliott, Szoboszlai play. But we've liked this player for quite a while. Whether we will revisit Ukraine again after Konate Plianka saga in 2013-14 season.
I remember
Dnipro,
that. I'll never forget that.
But
we've
actually started talks with Shakhtar Donetsk over Georgiou Sudakov, who's a fantastic football player.
What do you say, Georgiou fuck off?
Georgiou Sudakov of Shakhtar Donetsk. So that's a player to look out for. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 2 weeks if we get consistent journalists bigging him up. Liverpool journalists start talking him up for the summer.
How old is he, Avi?
I think he's 21, 20.
I mean, I've seen bits of him.
Very
because
direct.
You mentioned it to me about a week ago.
Don't know who the fuck he is.
You
I'll
remind
be
me-
honest with
no,
you.
no,
I've never heard of him.
He's a
I
little bit
YouTubed
Arshaven.
I YouTubed him. I
Eh?
YouTubed him because Avi mentioned this on the WhatsApp call, didn't he?
Look at M-Mac. Look at M-Mac.
What happened? What are you laughing
M-Mac.
at? What are you laughing at?
Look at M-Mac's comment.
Where? What?
M-Mac.
You're asking. Don't put it up, you absolute nuggets. Man, everyone watches these shows, man.
No, he's a player. He's a player that we look. There's another youngster.
Attacking midfielder, isn't he, Avi?
He is.
This guy goes. No, everyone's just gone nuts here.
And I tell you what, keep tabs.
Never heard of him.
Keep tabs.
Yeah, I'm actually liking the chat today. There are a bunch of funny gifts on the chat.
Keep tabs, and I'm not linking us with him or anything like that, but keep tabs on this Brazilian winger on their books called Kevin. I like him. Him, not the club. I like him a lot.
Okay. They've had a few good Brazilians, haven't they?
Yeah, Tyson,
yeah.
William.
We were after one, Avi, man.
Alex
Remember
Teixeira.
The one that went to America.
No, he went to China.
China.
That's the one. Avi, there's another question. How much?
They're saying as much as 50-60 million for him.
What?
Euros.
Well, Avi, can you see Liverpool investing 50-60 million in that area?
It's a weird one. It's a weird one because he operates in that fourth attacker. But
yeah.
He's better than Elliott for me. He's better than a Curtis Jones in that position for me. You know, I think we're going to see some ruthlessness from Slot this summer. He's a very good player, though. I like him a lot. I tell you what, Sarib just put a comment up.
Oh, please. No. This one. Wait on. If you're telling me that this guy.
I've liked him at Brentford.
Oh, my God.
You know what? I think I need this.
Oh.
Give
me it as well. Give me a few puffs.
I think that was what God's been good.
Got a good flip in a couple of weeks. Half decent.
Maybe not Liverpool material, but he has
Liverpool ready, man.
He's had a great season. No, I agree. He had
a decent season. Have you just more or less made it into the? How long has he been at Brentford? Isn't it? This is like his third, fourth season.
Still 24. Yeah, still 24.
I'm asking you the question. I'm not asking you how his age. I'm asking how long he's been here.
I think he's
damn scarred. You know about Liverpool Football Club, man. I know we can't. I know we're shit in terms of the transfer market. Damn scarred.
Is this the reset we need?
I'm not saying Liverpool material. Well, Yaro, I'm not saying Liverpool material, but he's been a good player this season.
A lot of players have been good this season. We can say, go and buy him.
So Sudakov is one that I would expect.
Anyway, I actually forget that. You got 100 million. 2 players you can sign in the summer. You cannot go and don't be coming up with.
What's the question, Gene? What's the question?
Right, you got 100 million.
Right,
you can sign 2 players. You know, and you've got the contract. Forget the contract. Just imagine the contracts were boxed off. Okay. Only 100 million though, right? Who do you go and buy? Nothing about selling players or anything like that. You just got 100 million to go and buy 2 players.
Hater for 45.
That's fair. Hater for. So you've got to have another 55 million on a player. So you've now sorted out your left back, so centre back.
I would go with
You got 60. You got what? 65.
55.
I'd go with Sudakov. There you go. That's 55.
You wouldn't get a 6. You wouldn't get a replacement for Grav. You wouldn't get a cover for Gravenberg. Okay, TK. No, you've done yours. Asim, your 2.
Actually, you know what?
Been here all night.
Gine, Hato and Lamine Kamara. There you go. And I probably got a bit of change left over.
This is what I don't like. You change like the weather you do.
I've got change left over. I'm going with Lamine.
What change left over? Quid.
Lamine Kamara and Jarrell Hato.
Lamine Kamara
and Jarrell Hato.
I earlier in the show said that Liverpool's 2 areas of improvement right now are left back and up front. So I have to remain consistent.
I'm getting a forward for 55 million.
I'll get Gutierrez. I don't know how much it costs for Avi. 40 million.
Gutierrez, the Girona?
Yeah. 40 million.
40, yeah, 40 is a good cut. Yeah, 40 is a good number.
40 million, I'd go for him. And up front, I'd go for
Ekiteke.
He's not a 9, but he's not a 10. He's a 9.5. I'd go for João Pedro for 60.
So you wouldn't get a 6 either. You're going for a striker.
I don't think it's priority, Nachin.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd buy
crazy.
someone.
It's
Liverpool need
crazy.
to buy.
So
Liverpool
you want to add an attacker
because I think Nunez would leave.
No. My question is, forget the Levy with just two. All right, Tika. You both have gone.
That's why I'm choosing.
You both have gone attackers, man.
That's why I'm choosing.
I'm bringing in Isak.
Yeah, but that's 100 million. That's 120 million.
And a free transfer, Davies.
No, he signed Bayern Munich.
I'm joking. Look, honestly, I think there's no running away from the left back position that needs sorting.
What I would say, Avi,
I want Kerkez, Avi.
Ooh,
and I think I think you get him for 40 million in the summer.
And you've got
not
60
now.
million
Now you pay premium. You're gonna have to thingy. Eh?
What else would you get? You got 60 million remaining.
60 million left, man.
Who's City's left?
I don't think you get. Gene, I don't.
You know who's City's left back right now?
Who's what?
City's left back.
Nunez and Lewis.
Guardiola in it.
Left back. I thought you were talking about right back. Sorry.
Keep an eye out on City in the summer for PLAYBACK and Kerkez.
Okay, I'm not just saying this. I want a DM and I want Martin Zubermende at 51 million. Release.
He's gone back for Zubi. Okay.
Wow. Even though I want PLAYBACK, but I don't. If it's 100 million, I don't think we can get PLAYBACK because they're gonna want monstrous money for him, man. And
Sarib's given a good shout for Matthias Tell, good player for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, he's a good player to be fair.
He always makes an impact from the bench as well. It's a good shout. Good shout.
But they're gonna want stupid money, mate.
But I think they'll let him go for about 40, 50. He's not getting that.
Liverpool.
Yeah, 40, 50 is all right.
And look, before we go, I think obviously before we go, one more question.
I agree with Atik. I don't think we're going back for Zubicin.
I agree with him. But if I'm just saying, this was my thingy. If I had 100 million, who I'd get? Because I just think they're the two problem positions that need sorting out right as of right now.
You know, with Hato, a lot of people are mentioning the bits of I've seen of him, Gene.
Yeah.
I see a left back, but I see more of a left-sided centre back. Long term.
I do.
6 foot though, Asim, 6 foot. Not the tallest.
True.
But who'd have thought Guardiola would have been this good at left back as him?
Oh, he was brilliant when
at left back. With respect, I'm not gonna lie, Asim. Before I seen him come to Man City, I didn't think Guardiola would be this good. In
the reason why Guardiola,
he was so versatile.
You know, but Gene, Guardiola now is being exposed because of their lack of physicality in midfield. You know how we were getting exposed, our defense were getting exposed like Van Dijk, and they were turning the other way because Fabinho and everyone the Hoover wasn't being the Hoover. Yeah. So it reminds me that their midfield reminds me a bit of what happened to us that season. And what's happening now with Guardiola, when he goes and they lose the ball, they don't have a Rodri to mop up. I know he's not the greatest, but he still has a lot more legs than what they've got at the moment. And they don't have the ball. That last night, a couple of nights ago, PSG had. When have you seen City have like 38% on the possession stats? When? But that shows you then there's a lot more 1v1 quality, and I don't think that's Guardiola's strength. When you've got the control, the right environment, when you're pinning opposition at the edge of the box, and when you need your left back to be receiving in those number 10 positions, that is when he can come inside. Right, for how many goals has he scored? He can get a head on if he's running into the box. He is the perfect player when you've got all the situation boxed. When he's running the other way, I don't think he's got the mobility. I can remember, and it sticks out in my mind, the World Cup. Messi. I know Messi would do that to anybody, but Messi and how he shifted, and I thought he was a bit of not a fridge. That's probably extreme, but I didn't like the way he was using.
He was.
His mobility wasn't great.
Yeah,
I think that's still a problem. Why he gets in trouble with decent wingers outside. So he's not a wide defender, but he's a brilliant footballer. But you're right. But I think when you need to play football, he's the perfect end. But
generally speaking, Asim, look, I'm of course there's half of Man City side has been crap, But generally speaking, I think since he's come there, I've actually been impressed with him. I know he's been cooked a few times. Doc cooked him. A few of the players have cooked him this season. But so many. When the teams, Man City have been hampered with injuries, they haven't been the best this season. They're going through a bit of transition. So there's going to be times where he's going to not play the best. But guys, before we go, we need to speak quickly about tomorrow's game, Avi. But you're speaking about it now. I know. Avi, 5 minutes you can go. Just a quick one, Avi. Who do you think starts tomorrow? Who's your starting 11? Well, not starting 11. Any changes?
Sobo, Mac, Grav
in
midfield. Gakpo left. Diaz, Salah. Tsimikas left back. I wanted to give him quite a bit of a big shout out today, but haven't got time. But Tsimikas has done very well. Tsimikas, Verge. You know what? Retribution game for Kwanzaa against Ipswich home tomorrow. I'd start him.
Wow.
I would start him. I know they play with Liam, but it would be a nice sort of game for Kwanzaa to show that first game was all that. That was a bit of a blooper. Not a blooper, but just like,
Why would you want to risk
show his development and mature?
Too big of a game, Avi, man. We have to go and win a game, and you want to take a risk.
It's not against Ipswich. We're taking a risk.
Avi, it's a home game, a game that we have to win. You must be off your rocker wanting to play Kwanzaa, especially when Konate is at a rest in midweek. With respect, Konate starts, man. That is like baloney talk, if you ask me.
If we're worried about Ipswich,
it's not about being worried. It's about winning. Right now, it's about winning.
Konate.
Come on, man. It's not about that. You have to be thingy about it.
I think it'll be a good game for Kwanzaa to redeem himself. So Kwanzaa and then Trent right back.
Trent at right back.
Ali and goal. 2-0.
So your that's your team, and that's your scoreline 2-0. Who do you reckon will score? Gakpo and who?
Not Gakpo. Diaz and Salah.
Diaz and Salah. Asim, who do you what in any changes in scoreline?
I think the midfield picks itself, Gene, with Curtis out.
Yeah.
I think Trent comes back in. Konate didn't start against Lille. He comes back in. Left back, I think Robbo comes back in. Up top.
Against Omari Hutchinson. Tricky customer, that Hutchinson.
Yeah, he is.
At up top, I think obviously Salah. I'm going for Gakpo. And I think the mad one starts tomorrow.
Darwin. Actually, I think Darwin against.
I go with the same team, but
I think Darwin starts tomorrow.
I would go with that same team as you. I think Darwin starts tomorrow, but I want Tsimikas to start tomorrow, left back over Robbo.
Yeah, I probably agree. I think Robbo will come back in.
Okay. Before you go, your prediction.
I think we win 3-0. I think Darwin scores
3-0
tomorrow, and Mohamed, he always scores. I'm going for a brace for Mohamed tomorrow, and Darwin gets one as well. 3-0.
4-0. Salah is gonna cook that left back tomorrow. I'm telling you, he is gonna absolutely tala him. 4-0. Salah hat trick.
Is that the Keith Davis?
4-0. Mohamed Salah hat trick.
Ooh,
and
Salah
Darwin Nunez goal.
Who's their left back? Ipswich one. Leaf Davis. He's a good player. I like him. Leaf Davis. That's the one. Mo Mohammed put it up.
There's a super chat before we go, boys, from our very own Billy.
Billy's giving us his shopping list.
Quite a short one.
Yeah, this is quite good for him.
I know, but if it's a long list, you'd have to play 100 quid. Billy goes, Miguel Gutierrez, 35 million. Christian Nogard, he's been talking about this lad for a couple of days now. Available on a free and an Endo replacement. And João Pedro for 65 million. That's 3 much needed players for 100 million. What do you make of Christian Nogard? I'll be honest with you, Avi.
He's consistent.
I'm not seeing a lot of him.
He's good. He's been there for a couple of seasons.
How old is he? Christian Nogard.
25?
Really?
26, 25? Christian Nogard, Brentford. He's a good defender. You know what? The system suits him as well. We know how Thomas Frank organizes that team. He has been a good steady Eddie. For a free, it's 30.
30.
Have a day off, Billy. Have a day off and take your.
He goes. He's endo replacement.
Oh, no. I think it's 25, 26. My bad. No.
He's not a defender.
Stay off the roof, Hafsa, please, Billy. That'll be good for you.
Avi, not a defender, by the way. He's a midfielder.
No, I know he's a midfielder. But
You
he
said
plays well
defender,
in
that's
that
why.
Brentford system.
Yeah, no, to be fair. Okay, TK, I think, is there anything else, lads, that if I missed something, anything else that you guys want to talk about before we go? I know you want to go, Avi. Right. Okay, Changala. See, Avi, look, I'm bad boy hosting today. Come on, man. You have to give me credit today. Yeah, today Gene was on fire today. I was on song today. Anyway, boys, everybody, do like and subscribe to the channel, especially for the guys that are watching the channel afterwards. We are on our way to 20k. Gene and Chip will be back again next Friday. We'll definitely be doing a red zone on Sunday. I don't think we're doing anything tomorrow because we're probably at the game. So
are you at the game tomorrow? Are you going tomorrow?
Yes, I am. I'm going.
Okay.
Are you?
Are we doing the stream? I'm not decided.
Are you going? Yet. Okay, Asim will do the post-match show tomorrow, boys.
If I'm at home, I'll do it.
Okay. All right. Anyway, come on, guys. Yeah, so he'll do it if he can. And anyway,
I think there'll be a bomber on Monday.
Oh, for fine.
Weaker bombers.
Weaker
bombers. A week of bombers.
It's the final week.
Avi, what do you get? Avi, can I just say, what do you get out of this? No, seriously, what do you actually get out of this?
It's the final week.
It's a what?
It's the final week of the transfer window.
No, but what do you get out of this? Well, you just said, like, lying. What do you get out of it?
No, I said I feel there might be a Monday bomber.
Why? Where did this feeling come from?
I pick up Ravindra Kanchappa, please. He's my boy from India. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. 4 a.m. in the morning, my man. Can you please?
Ravindra, I respect you, man. If it's 4 a.m. and you're watching me, I've got to give you.
Ravindra Kanchappa.
If it's 4 a.m. in India and you're watching us, mate, hats off to you, mate. Respect to you. And, got to give a lot of props there, man.
He's a big fan of Gina. Big fan. Yeah, he is. Big fan. So big up my brother from Bungalow. So thank you for tuning in at 4 a.m.
Anyway, guys.
Look at this comment. Good
old James. Good old James.
Anyway, rather than here we go, off we go. Take care.
Take care, everyone.